j of x equals e to the x divided by x minus 6. So this should look like an obvious quotient rule problem. There's no way for me to simplify that, and I definitely have division in there. So this is bat tab divided by the bottom squared. So bat, bottom times derivative of the top. So the j prime of x will equal the bottom, x minus 6, times the derivative of the top. The derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. If you're thinking about chain rule, then your u would be x, and then your u prime would just be 1. So it'd be e to the x times 1. So there's no need for that. So we have bottom times derivative of the top minus the top, e to the x, times the derivative of the bottom, 1. So again, remember that quotient rule has the division in it and order matters. This term has to be first. It can be written either way, e to the x times x minus 6 or x minus 6 times e to the x, but it has to be in the numerator in the first position. This is all over the bottom squared. So x minus 6 squared. So bottom times derivative of the top minus top times the derivative of the bottom over the bottom square. Now, there are some things you can do to simplify this, so I'm going to show you a couple. So the first thing, I'm just going to multiply by that 1. So this is x minus 6 times e to the x minus an e to the x over x minus 6 squared. You cannot cancel out that x minus 6 because it's not in all three parts. It's not in this term over here. So it has to stay. So you could leave it like that, and I'm okay with that for right now. I'm absolutely 100% okay. If you were working this problem later and you're setting the numerator equal to 0, then remember that that's a 1 in your numerator. And I could actually factor out the e to the x. So I would say it's e to the x times x minus 6 minus 1. And you can imagine if you distribute that e to the x back in, you can see that that's what's happening. So my numerator is actually e to the x times x minus 7. And you can see that that really did not cancel out with that x minus 6 squared. So this would be j prime of x. That's not exactly simplified. Simplified would be distributing and all that, but we factor to solve. So if you can get it into a factored form, that's great.